I'm Alyssa, and welcome to another installment of Inside Alyssa White. I do this series about once a month now, and IAW, as I affectionately call it, is where you ask me questions. They can be about anything entertainment related, personal related, whatever you can think of, as long as it's not, very disrespectful or trolly. Leave questions down below because I love doing this series. It's so much fun, and I just love connecting with you guys and letting you guys know a little bit more about me. Guys and gals, I should say. But yeah, I love this series, and let's just get to the questions, shall we? First up, Michael Webb wants me to shout him out. So, hi Michael Webb from New Zealand, and thank you for wishing me a Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great Christmas yourself. Chaos is Coming has several questions, all from Doctor Who, which I'm super excited to answer these. First up, which of all the Doctors would you love to travel with for a year? Definitely the 10th Doctor. I love David Tennant to an unhealthy degree. He is my favorite Doctor. He's just so funny and charming, and I just think it would be so much fun to travel around with him. I love him to death. If you could ask the Doctor to take you anywhere in the past, where would you go and why? Anywhere in the past. I think I would want to go back to when my grandma was alive and just, as a grown-up, see her and kind of tell her in a way that I appreciated her and loved her because she passed away when I was about 7. And I know she probably wouldn't recognize me as an adult, which is probably for the best because, screwing up the timeline. But I just would tell her that she was amazing and, get to see her one last time. So that's what I would choose. If the Doctor said you could bring 3 people with you for a day to travel with you both, who would you take? I would take Sean if he wanted to go. I would take, let's see, who would be fun to take with me? I'd love to have Rose Tyler back, Billy Piper, because I love their story and I kind of, was heartbroken by it. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen Doctor Who, but I would love to reunite them. And let's just throw in Sam Heughan because gotta get some Outlander in there. I cannot say this last one. I've tried to say it 4 times already. Captain Jack and some soldiers are shooting at 1 Dalek, 1 Cyberman, 1 Weeping Angel, and 1 Sontaran who have teamed up against you and your friends. There's a special alien gun at your feet with only 1 bullet to take out one of the 4. You pick it up, but which one of the 4 do you shoot at to destroy? Well, you can't really destroy a Weeping Angel or a Dalek or even a Cyberman. I'm gonna go with the Sontaran. I think they're all pretty impossible, but Sontaran seems the most efficient with a gun. But it is an alien gun. If it could, evaporate them, probably the Weeping Angel, because if you close your eyes, you're screwed. That's so hard. Also, I haven't watched Torchwood, so if I'm missing something, I'm not a true fan. I haven't seen Torchwood, but I do love Captain Jack. Love him. John Barrowman is amazing. The Dom de Bomb says, hi Alyssa, hi! Hope you're doing well. I am okay. I'm just recovering from a cold I had. They remember that I'm a keen RPG fan. I am. Have I tried The Outer Worlds yet? I did. I freaking loved it. It was my favorite game of 2019. It was just so much fun. It gave me Fallout, Mass Effect vibes with a little bit of Firefly sprinkled in. I love the characters. I love the side quest. The main story was pretty short, but the worlds around the main quest and the stories and all the characters were just so engrossing. The color palette was exquisite. I loved all the voice actors and their performances. I thought it was just a wonderful game that filled that itch I had that Fallout hasn't given me in so many years and that I haven't had since Mass Effect Andromeda, to be honest, which this is better than Mass Effect Andromeda, but it was wonderful. It was great. I loved it. Low Profile Gamer says, hey Alyssa, hey! Hope I'm doing well. Again, I'm recovering from a cold. Miss ya. I miss you too, Chris. Seriously, I need to be a better friend. I suck at it sometimes. I'm sorry. I know some of these aren't questions, but I just want to give shout outs to people sometimes. Ricky McKnight asks, if you could start a charity, what would it be for? I've thought about this a lot, and if I could start one, it'd probably be to raise awareness about autism. Not to cure it, because that's what charities like Autism Speaks try to do. Just to raise awareness about it, educate other people about it, as well as people who suspect they may be autistic, and to provide resources for people who do have autism to help them along, because no one really gives you advice, especially if you're diagnosed later in life, about how to deal with life. It's so different for people with autism. You can't describe it to someone who is neurotypical. It's impossible to describe how atypical people see the world and how it's different, and I don't know if it's harder, it's just harder in a different aspect than it is for neurotypicals, and I just feel like we need more education for both atypical and neurotypical people. I feel like we need more representation. I just feel like we need more, and I do not think it needs to be cured. There's nothing wrong with anyone that has autism. It can be a beautiful thing, actually. I love how I see the world, and I wish more people could see it that way. But I do get hurt sometimes when people don't get me. They don't understand why I am the way I am, why I see the things I do the way I do. That didn't make sense. But, you know, some people don't get why sometimes I'm not super talkative or not super affectionate, and I just want people to know more about why that is, why that's common with people on the spectrum, and just to educate. That sounded very southern. But, and also to give tools to people that have autism or on the spectrum to help them along, because I wish I had tools that would have helped me along so I could have grasped adulting more, because I still really suck at it. So I just wish I would have had help, and if I started a charity, it would be something that would help both atypical and neurotypical people understand the spectrum and learn how to better handle it for both sides. Sean Gray asks, have you ever read Red Rising by Pierce Brown? I did. I read Red Rising and I loved it, and I was really going to read the sequels, and I never got to them. I don't even own them. So I feel like I need to reread it and then read the sequels, which I can't remember what their names are, but it was fantastic when I first read it. I loved it. Physical Media Forever Kitty Cat asks, for your next video, this one, how did you get into collecting pops, and if you could only keep 10 pops, what would they be, and is there any pop you really want but don't have yet? I got into pops because I became friends with people like Johnny Tellez, Pixie Willows, etc. And they were collecting really cool pops, and also my first pops were Walking Dead pops. I was super obsessed with The Walking Dead at one point. I still like it, but not to that degree. So I just fell in love with how unique they were, how collectible and affordable they were, and I kind of have a problem now. But I still love pops. I don't get as many as I used to, but I do love them. And my top 10 would be Jamie Fraser from Outlander, Weeping Angel from Doctor Who because it's really cool looking. I would say Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks because she's a really cool, unique pop. I love the Big Daddy pop from BioShock because again it's really detailed and cool. The Songbird pop from BioShock, same reasons. I love the Felix pop from Orphan Black because I think that was the first one that showed nudity, but it just captures his character perfectly. I love the rebooted Lara Croft pop because I love that series of games and I just love Lara Croft. She was my hero as a kid growing up. I love the Xenomorph from Alien because just a classic monster. It looks really cool. It's got the second mouth coming out. The Hannibal Lecter pop from, of course, Silence of the Lambs because he's on the dolly with the straitjacket and the mask on. And my 10th favorite pop, I would say, is the Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors pop, where he has the syringe fingers. Just looks really cool. Those are my top 10 off the top of my head, but I love them all dearly. And a pop I really want but don't have yet. I mean, there's a lot that I want, but one that instantly pops into my mind is Ann from Persona 5. She was my favorite character from that game, and I still don't have that pop. It's not even like a rare pop, I just don't have it. So that's one I can really think about. Most are on my wish list, but I'm not going to pull that up to look for it. So I'm sure there are others that are more rare that I would love to have, but that's just the one that instantly comes to my mind. And they have one final question, which is, have I seen the show Samurai Jack? I thought I had, but then I realized I was confusing that with the Jackie Chan animated show. I don't know why. But I need to watch Samurai Jack because I've heard so many people gush about it. I know Adult Swim showed the newest season, but is it streaming anywhere on any of the streaming sites? Because if it is, I'll jump on it as soon as I can. If it's not, it's going to be a little harder for me to check out. But I do want to check it out because I've heard it's phenomenal. And the last question for this episode is from Nick T. Wolf, and they ask, if you were given the choice to be undead or a necromancer / voodoo priestess to bring zombies to life, which would you choose? Honestly, I would want to be a voodoo priestess. I don't know if I'd want to bring people back to life. I just want to be a voodoo priestess so I can do some magic, because that'd be cool. I don't want to be a zombie. I don't really want to be a necromancer because I don't really care about bringing people back to life as zombies. So I just want to be a voodoo priestess who could do whatever she wanted. Honestly, that'd be really cool. Now you know who I am as a person. So those were all the questions asked for this installment. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, leave it down below in the comment box. I'll answer it in the next installment, which will probably be in a month or so. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. Again, leave questions down below in the comment box, or just an emoji to let me know you're here so I can say hi to you. If you're new here but you like what you've seen and heard, hit the subscribe button, and also make sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me on social media sites, those are all linked in the description box below the video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I said that again. Oh well, you could say I love you and thank you forever. It never goes out of style. Bye.